turn that off. Bit of silence. That's better. Right, we're down at the pond. Old clothes on, high vis. I've got my woolly out because it is bloody freezing cold. 13 degrees in the house, in the filter house, or in the pondy bit. It feels nice actually. Nice. Let me spin you round. Fryer doing okay. Bit scared because I've been banging around. You see him all swimming around. Just got back from my lovely koi dealer. So sack of balance, sake balance. Get my words out. Because that's all I've got left in the feeder, and if I take that out, it's actually hollow in the middle. Ooh, getting really low. Fish are all good, still on the heavy feed, but I've got a plethora of pond parts with me. So what I'm going to actually do, I've got 2 returns on this pond. Took it down to single when I did my drum. So I've got a spare return on this top section. So what I'm going to do is actually run a second bit of pipe work back, and rather than I've been running everything through the heater like a very, very silly Billy. So I'm actually going to have then 6,000 flow through the 12 kilowatt air source heat pump, and then I'll have the other 10 roughly going back to the pond. And that should increase the flows, help keep my bottom drain a bit clearer. Look at the cactus, they're doing lovely. Yeah, should really help the system and the setup, and it'll make me happy. I'll be able to sleep at night. But yeah, gonna get on. I've just literally been down there some koi. Always support your local dealer. Did me a cracking deal on all my pond bits as always. Did me a cracking deal on the sake as well. So if you're interested in sake, they do a fantastic price on them. Give them a call, and they'll help you out. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. I need to get the front off of there. Pump's not arriving until tomorrow. I got a pump. Someone helped me out with a pump, bless them, but I'll tell you a bit more about that when it arrives. Yeah, let's go. So this is come and lash up, comes out of the filter and splits into 2. I just did this temporarily the other day just to keep me going, but what I'll do, so that will become the heater line. It's lowered down in the water, so that makes sense. And then, excuse my flatulence, Christmas food and all that, and then this one will go across here, but it'll actually return to the pond. Oh, I'll squeeze around somewhere around here, go through the wall, and then it can come straight into a pump which I'm going to have in front, so I can get to it easily. It won't look pretty, but it'll be functional. You know what I mean? Functional. We like functional, don't we? I'm functional. Looks over. Function over looks, isn't it? But yeah, so I just got to turn that back into a 90. Might do that in pressure fit. We'll see how that bottom pipe lines up, because that doesn't look like it lines up very well, but that might be because it got knocked down when I was doing the concrete, but we shall see. It is handy being able to have that if I ever want to change it. But yeah, this one will just get extended to come down, and then it will go back to the pond. So we've got this bodge back in. So this was a split before. I stuck with a 90, rubber 90, so I can do stuff with it if I need to in the future. So old inlet will come back down, but what I'm trying to do is, so the pump don't come till tomorrow, so I'm trying to get as much as the graft done. I've mocked up some of the piping over there, but I've had to, obviously, to get into the level that I need, because I want to be down here. Those of you remember, this used to be my old filter house, which was lower to allow for an Nexus. Sorry, get me head in gear. Hence why my filter is sat on a piece of wood to get it up level with the top of the pond. So because of the size of the Nexus, this had to be down. One of the downfalls of a Nexus is the actual size. But yeah, so I'm just having to borrow back down. Thankfully, this is really old timber, so a lot of it is very dry, very soft. The fence, the shed itself is in really good nick, which is good to see, which it should be, because this is dry in here. So now I just need to burrow a little hole through the wall, and that will give me where my pipe work can then come out. So my pump's going to sit there, it'll come out and along. So my slide valve down, in, along, and then it will come under the ground, easy 90, up and in. And everything should be well good then, hopefully, but we shall see. If you ain't got yourself a multi-tool, definitely get one. Things like this become so much easier rather than hammering and chiseling and trying with a handsaw. But yeah, they're loving life because the air's off. Always happier when the air is off. Except from one will, I think I said it before, one will continuously flash on the bottom drain. if the bottom drain's off, the air's off. Yeah, going across the right hand side there. Yeah, that's it. Proved me wrong. They're all after food, look. It's funny, isn't it, when they're scared and they shoal up, swim in groups. But we can win back their hearts, can't we? A bit of food, yeah. Always happy when there's food on the go. Pilfering bastards. Very quickly, so we've got this pipe coming through as a wall now. That'll connect to that. So I'm just literally putting the fittings on here now. So I'm going to glue, I'm going to rubber that one, but glued solvent weld. 45 is a 90, which I'm not overly impressed with. I thought I had 2 sweeps, but clearly not, but never mind. But that is going to slow the water down. But as it's going to be 2 returns, I'm not hugely concerned. So yeah, going to glue those in now. Always key up, bit of advice, always key up the shiny when you're gluing on both surfaces. I don't know where the other bit of pipe's gone now. There you go. Just chamfer it off ever so slightly, key it up, get rid of the shiny surface, just helps the glue penetrate. And the other thing I was thinking as I went, one thing that I learned years ago is, where is one? Where's an old fitting that I've cut off? Here we go. Old fitting I've cut off. So this came off of there somehow, something like that. But always cut it off with a bit of pipe left on. The reason for that is you can use the fitting again. If you're going to heat them up and get the glue out, you're going to need a little bit to grip hold of with the pliers and the screwdriver. But if you're ever in a desperate need of a bit, you can use then a solvent weld connector or a rubber connector. Just if you cut them off flush, it makes it very hard to get the centre out if you're heating it up to reuse it properly. Or if you want to connect something, you can't if you've cut it off flush. So yeah, just a bit of advice. I've got loads of bits like this laying around. It's surprising how often I use them. But yes, I'm going to get on, mock this up, and then I'll show you. That's me done for today. Can't do a lot more because I'm after a piece of the puzzle, which should arrive in the post tomorrow. So that 92-inch I'm missing. Bless my dealer. Tony and Bob, as always, to the rescue. Sorted me out, even though the shop's shut. So yeah, just got it in. Comes down into 45, 90. And then that's all mocked up, ready to go onto the pump when it arrives tomorrow. So, yeah, come down 90 out there into the slide valve. And then what I'll be able to do is once this is hooked up, I can shut the diverter valve off. And so all of that will run through the heater at about 6,000 litres per hour. And then this will run at about 10,000 litres per hour. So, yeah. Right, I'll see you in the morning, bright and early, and we'll get it done. Just while I've got everything out, before I put all the pumps in, there's a little tap behind there. If you can see it, it's just, we'll get this to lighten up a bit. There's a little valve there, just for emptying the drum. And I always get a bit of flexible pipe out. So just while I've got everything out, I'm going to make a bit more of a permanent effort that can come round the room and then drop into the drain. So when I want to empty it, I just got to turn the tap rather than keep getting that bit of flexi hose out, which is, you can see it hanging out there. That's probably the only downside so far to this drum. Tony's going to hate me. Is the valve is only, I want to say it's an inch, probably not even an inch. It could do with something a bit bigger to drain it a bit quicker, but Tony will probably give me a reason why, won't you, Tony? But given the whole drum's been spot on, that's a minor niggle for me. But yes, I'm just bodging something together. That's a thread that will go onto it. And I'm just going to hook that up to waste, solvent weld waste. And I'll show you when I'm finished, but it'll be a bodge, of course. Afternoon all, sorry. A, I got out here late, and B, I've been doing stuff about filming, so this pipework's now altered. So single pump, I've left my Very 20,000 in there. So that's now running only the heater and mid-return in the pond. I was going to do it the other way around, like I have a 20,000 Very pump and the 10,000 on the heater, but did I see dripping water then? When I pointed my finger, I'm sure water dripped, but clearly we're all right. Oh shit, that's why I ain't opened the valve. Whoops, there we go. That's better. Oh crikey, that was running at about 10k. And it couldn't go anywhere. Oh, mind you, the diverter's on, so it would have been all right. Yeah, so that's that done, so I can leave that now. Gives me a bit more room I'm just waiting for the new pump to arrive, the 10,000, and then what I can do is start getting this plumbed in and get the single return with no heater back and sorted. But it's, honestly, if I step back, we've got mess out here. It's New Year's Eve today, so I want to get this wrapped up. It's just shit everywhere. All your pond bits, shite everywhere. But yes, let's crack on. Right, just faffing around with the pump. So the one on this side, on my left, is a new pump, new controller. This is my existing controller. So when I'd done this, I didn't think it mattered which way round I wired these. They're both 20,000 vari pumps. So what I did was I hooked it up to the dry pump just to test it. And if I plug one of the older style EA filters, so we're only talking a couple of years difference, into the new controller, it will run at a single power and wouldn't adjust the speed. So I could change the wattage, I could change the percentage, and it would display different wattages, which is obviously just a set thing in the circuit board. But when I was listening to the pump, it wasn't changing. You know, when you change a vari pump, speed it up, you can hear the pitch get higher, you can hear it doing its thing, just like an engine or whatever, normal motor. So what I done was I swapped them over. So I plugged this one into my new pump that came with this. Lo and behold, it then adjusts. I can hear the speed, the revs going up, the revs coming down. Plug this one back into the new filter, swap them back over again. Same again on my skimmer line. So running this with, or trying to run this one on a new pump, wouldn't change speeds. Run it on the older unit, because it's an older pump, it would change speed. So just be aware, there are different models. So they're both 20,000 vari pumps. They look identical in terms of what they look like. But the new one won't run the old one. It will run it, but it will run it at a set speed. I don't know why. I'm actually going to message Evolution Aqua, see if there's some sort of, whether that is truth or not. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, just be aware. So that hasn't been helping my cause. I've been adjusting the speeds on my pump for the returns from the filter, and well, I haven't actually been adjusting. So yeah, live and learn. We got good news, everyone. So let's get this popped open. So struggling to find a pump, needed it super quick. It's New Year's Eve. I ordered this one. Sorry, doing things cack-handed as always. Needed a pump ASAP. So I ordered this yesterday, quite late yesterday, and they got it to me today. So this is twice they've helped me out now. What we got? Let's open it up. Oh my word! It's well packed. So there's my pump. Oh, we got some extras. We've got some extras. So buy this product. I'm hoping you can see who this is from. UK Koi Supplies Limited. So I called them out, didn't I? I was faffing about my my sock net. I sent them a message, couldn't get it, and they called me out, and they sent me that, and then they sent me another one for the show. And now not only have they bailed me out with my pump, so this is the Aquaforte DM Viral 10,000. It was a cracking price, but I've also got, they chucked me in the unions and they chucked me in some goodies. So yeah, huge shout out to UK Koi Supplies. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. What I will do is I'll leave a bit of a link in the description. So if you've got any bits that you need, yeah, price wise, they are extremely good. So, and the service is very good. Yeah, give them a shout. We're done. So box is in. Oh, sorry, get you in the middle. Plugs in. Electric's all run. As I say, it ain't pretty. But it's not meant to be, quite frankly. Had the wrong connectors, but never mind. That's not too much of an issue. I've left this so it can be adjusted, which is handy Harry in future if I decide to up the pump. I don't think I will, but just in case. So what I'm going to do now is hook her up, and then we can just do a leak test on the joints that are down there. And yeah, whew. It's all been a bit rushed. Yeah, let's do it, shall we? Oh my God. Oh no, we've got a leaky joint. Now, I would love to say that this is down to my shitty gluing, but if you look at that joint, I've not even glued it. I completely forgot somehow. I don't know how. What a monumental fuck up. So I've just got to chuck some glue. Everything else isn't leaking, thankfully, but I had a really nasty leak from this bit, thinking, what the fuck? Yeah. Ta-da! Everything's tied in now. I've had a semi-tidy up. Bloody glue everywhere, look. It's running nice. That one's running at 66 watt. And that one's running at 140 watt. So just topping the pond up through the big blue. Put a bit of pond detox in there, that's why it's a bit murky. And yeah, I'm going indoors. Happy New Year's, everyone. It's about 5 o'clock, I think. Stay out here, it's quieter. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to go in and see what takeaways we can still get. But yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. 2025, make it a good one. Hopefully we get a good spring, but we shall see. All right, see you very soon.